Are you having a home inspection soon? Here's what to expect when you're inspecting. What is up, everyone? This is Castro with castro.com, and today we're going to be talking about the inspection period when you're buying your brand new home. Now, when you're going through the inspection period, this is going to be immediately after you get your offer accepted, and it's going to take between 7 days to 2 weeks to go through everything. And this is my favorite part of buying a home because you get to go through every nook and cranny of the home. It's a full inspection of everything you want to look at. Now, some inspections are going to be mandatory, such as termite inspection, but pretty much everything else is going to be optional, and you want to take the time to really do well on these optional inspections. So the first and most important you will need is the general inspection. This guy's going to go through everything to do with the home. They're going to be looking at all the pipes, all the electrical, all the roof, everything that they can possibly think to go through, and it's going to be an overall assessment of how the home is doing. Now, they are not specialist inspectors, so they're not plumbers, they are not roofers, they are not electricians. So they're going to be able to identify that something looks messed up, but they won't be able to give you a bid on how much it would cost to fix or what exactly you'd have to do to fix it. So that's where the specialist and additional and optional inspections come in. So for the optional inspections, there's going to be all kinds, from looking for lead to asbestos to my personal favorite, one that I think everyone out here should do, which is the sewer inspection, where the plumber comes out, he runs a camera down all the pipes to make sure nothing's leaking, make sure there's no roots in any of the plumbing, anything like that. Now, when you're going through and deciding what you want to do, when you are going to have your inspection day, you should try to have all of the inspections at the same time. Have them all out the same day in the same period, so that way while you're there, you can do them all at once and you don't got to come back out multiple times during that inspection week. Now, when it's finally the day of the inspection, try to attend the entire thing, because the inspections are going to be good when you get the report at the end, but while they're going through the entire process, if you're there to talk with the inspectors and see what they're seeing and go through everything with them, you're going to have a much better understanding of everything that's going on with the home. So as they're going through the inspection, you should plan on it to take about 4 hours for everything. So, make an afternoon or a morning out of this. And then once they're done, they're going to give you a verbal report. This verbal report is not official. It's going to be just for your own benefit, and it's going to happen as soon as they are done inspecting the home. And they're basically going to go through and tell you everything that they found with you there in person as soon as the inspection is done. Once that is done, they're then going to send you a written report. The written report is really intimidating. It's going to be big. It's going to look like everything in the world's wrong with the home. It is not uncommon to see a report that's between 20, and I think the biggest report I've ever had was 200 pages. Don't let it scare you. This is your honey-do list. It's everything that you could possibly work on with the home. Some of the stuff is minor, some of the stuff is not. But if there are items on there that are important, or at least important to you, this is going to be how we get repairs done to the home. So the next step after that will be to kind of meet with your realtor, hopefully me, and we can talk about what items we want the seller to fix and what items are important to us. Once we identify all of those and come up with a plan of action, we're going to submit that over to the seller. Usually we want to pick the biggest items that are a big deal to us. You don't want to put too many items on this list, because once the seller looks at it, they have a couple options. They can say perfect and repair everything. They can say heck no, they're not repairing anything. Or they can counter back at you and say they're only going to fix certain items, or maybe they'll give you a credit. So when you submit this list, you don't want to make it too big and crazy, or else they're just going to tell you no, and you're not going to get anything done. So you want to ask for a reasonable amount of items that any reasonable buyer will want. Because if it's items that everyone thinks is important, then if they were to cancel your deal and go with another one, they're still going to have to fix all of those things. So overall, try to be reasonable with your repair request, and then you submit it over to the seller. If you're a seller and you're watching this video, this is the part where you come in. You're going to get the list of repairs, and again, you have to select whether you're going to accept, reject, or counter. You send that back over to the buyer, and you kind of do that dance for a little bit, figuring out what exactly is going to get fixed and who is going to fix it. After all that's done, you're done with the inspection period, you get all the stuff repaired that's promised, and you move on to the next part. If If you need any more tips and tricks, you know what to do. Call Castro, and I'll talk to you guys soon.